Hey, good day. This is your boy Robert Brown, Bob TV with Freedom on Fire, Hardcore Politics Edition. And I want to talk to my Bernie Knights, my Bernie supporters for a second. I'm going to try to make this quick, but I just want to get us to a point of unity in some sort of sense. All right, so you can't, please understand other progressives, okay? And other progressives, please understand Bernie supporters. All right, so I don't know how can I bridge the gap between you two, because fighting amongst yourself is not going to help anything. You got to support each other. Now, nobody cannot go around saying that Bernie Sanders is a corporate Democrat. He is not a corporate Democrat. Is he friends with corporate Democrats? Absolutely. He's just a friendly type of guy. And he do rail against the establishment. And I know some of you say, well, why is he out there? They made him the outreach coordinator, which he is. And you do understand that the purpose of outreach coordinator is for him to try to get people back into the Democratic Party. He is some sort of sheep herder, or like a sheep doggy dog. In other words, that their job is to keep the herd in and not to let them out. And if one of them get out, their job is to get them back into the herd. And that is Bernie Sanders' job right now. That's his official job with the DNC. He should not be doing that crap. That's below him. That is demeaning him. That is undermining him. They give him that crappy position. Outreach coordinator, no. You should be the majority leader in the Democratic Party because you are carrying their water. You're breathing life into the body called the DNC, which if you just take your bold stand and say, hey, I'm going to stop being a respirator to you. Either make me the man where I rule, or I'm going to stop breathing life into you. So Bernie Sanders supporters, you got to understand that we progressives outside, we think he's being used. We think he's being pimped. They give him a menial position, just like they did the same thing with Keith Ellison, a menial position when he runs that party. He's the one out there doing all the hard work to try to bring people in. Primarily, I think one of his goals, he has his own personal goal. I'm going to use the Democratic Party just like they use me to go out there and push my progressive values. Now, I just recently found out Our Revolution is supporting some Green Party candidates. So I don't know what to say about Our Revolution, but as long as they're open to supporting other candidates outside the party, I have no problem. My main problem with them is they still have the ability to get with the board to accept corporate money. That's a no-no. That's bad. We don't want that. That's not the purpose of Our Revolution, or it shouldn't be. So Bernie supporters and progressives outside the party, you got to kind of get along with each other. Don't put down the people who are trying to say we need to support Bernie. I put down those who saying we need to go back into the Democratic Party. All I can say is I can say a lot of things. Screw you, forget you. You done lost your mind. You done bump your doggone head. Where you're in a position that, yes, they're playing nice to you, Bernie Sanders supporters, but the bottom line is they still have the ability to use and abuse you, just like they use and abuse Sanders and use and abuse Keith Ellison. And for Keith Ellison to sit there and run his mouth saying, buck up, that's equivalent to telling a woman who's been beaten and battered and bruised to buck up and stay in there, he's going to change. Do you realize how crazy that talk is, bro? Shut up with that. I don't like to use the word shut up, but that deserves a shut up. Shut up, man. Nobody's going to stay there and be abused. If you want to continue to be in that party and be abused because that's your party, that's fine. I don't have to do that. See, I'm privileged. I'm an independent. I pick my candidates by person, not by party. So if I decide I want to vote for Bernie Sanders, I can vote for him, and I ain't got to be in your freaking party. I'll vote for him in the general election, but I don't mean I'm going to vote for the rest of your candidates. No, I'm not going to do that. It just don't work like that. And you need to change this thing to open primaries, because you're not going to think that you're going to get us in to vote for one person and expect us to vote for the rest of your candidates. It doesn't work like that. Open the primaries. You're going to lose votes because you're trying to get us to vote for other people in your party. No, open the primaries so we can vote for people in your party and we can continue to vote however we want to vote. Because that's not changing, Doc. Now back to progressives versus Bernie Kratz. Progressive, Bernie Kratz are progressives. Bernie Kratz, you got to understand, you are not the only progressives in town. Majority of the progressives are outside the party. And if you don't learn how to take off your freaking party hats and work with them, you being that party ain't going to mean nothing. You staying in the party and being herded into the Democrat is not going to mean nothing. You're not going to be able to primary and expect you're not going to just, I mean, I understand the position of Justice Democrat, but you're not going to be able to primary successfully candidates against corporate candidates without the progressives outside the base. Your progressive in the base is not enough for you to win over a corporate Democrat. You're gonna have to lean on the progressives outside the party. So we got to stop the fighting among progressives. We have to. We have to stop it, and we have to get to a position where we come together right now. You have to. You have to take off the progressive hats, party hats, come together as progressives. Just as Democrats, if you want to, since you plan on primary all these corporate Democrats, if you want to have the full army of progressives behind your back, you're going to have to come together with them. You're going to have to meet with them. It's not your way or the highway, Doc. And I love Cal. That's my boy. We disagree. I'm a Christian, and he's an atheist. We don't agree when it comes to our faith and what we believe, but we agree on a lot of progressive issues. I find myself in agreement with him on a lot of things. It's over 75%. That's my boy, and I like him. And I like Jink to a certain limit. You know, sometimes you don't know where to go with Jink, but I know where we can go with Cal. So, Cal, Justice Democrats, you're not going to be able to successfully primary and win against people like Joe Manchin and things like that without the full army outside of the Democratic Party in support of you. And you can't call the shots in this. You got to work a deal. You have to work a deal with the rest of the progressives. That's why I said we need to take off our party hats, come together in one meeting place before this year is out, and put our minds together and become a voting bloc, get a platform, and run candidates who will agree to that platform, including Justice Democrats. Cannot just agree to the Justice Democratic platform, but the overall progressive platform if they want our vote. Same thing with Nick Branna and Draft Bernie. Same thing with Our Revolution. Like I said, Our Revolution are pushing Green Party candidates and things like that. So if you want our support as an entire unit, army, you got to come to us and talk to us. Now, I'm trying to become a better organizer, so maybe I need to organize this, but there are better people than me who are better at organizing. And I'm calling on you to step up and make yourself known so you can organize that event. We can get work out the details with travel and hotels and buses, and we can have that sort of like a pack meeting. I think there are a few going on anyway, so let's get together, put our heads together, and get this thing done. And before I go, again, progressives, I know you want to beat them down and smack them around, tell them they need to leave the party. I understand. It's like seeing my sister, which my sister would not ever let no man beat her. My sister will whoop a man behind. I know it's like seeing somebody that you love being abused. You tell them, get out. Come on, while you staying there. They're going to continue to treat you bad. But I've seen people change totally from being an abusive person to a very loving person, very compassionate. Now, my pastor told me I've been in an abusive relationship before. You know, I had a woman that was kind of abusive toward me. And I tried to hold back. It's not like I was a punk, man. I loved her. But it was tough to kind of hold back. And I really didn't want to leave my wife. But eventually my pastor said, young man, you got to do something what they call constructive separation. And I said, what is that? You separate for a season until she gets some help. So even though I'm an independent, I separated myself from the Democratic Party and voting Democrat, period. I'll vote individually, you know, but I won't vote across the board Democrat like I used to do back in the day. I used to do that Republicans. No, I vote individually now. I look at each candidate. So I'm going to vet you, no matter who you are. So please, Progressive Army, kind of, don't be too hard on Bernie supporters. I know you want to, for letting Bernie sheepdog them back in. That's his job. He's the outreach leader. That's his job. He's going to do that. My question to Bernie and Keith Ellison, don't sell them out for the corporate people. You continue to tell them the progressive agenda, and you tell them to vote for progressives that's going to go by that agenda. Don't you tell them, don't you dare ask them to do what you did with Hillary Clinton. That day is gone. That's the reason why you lost a lot of supporters. And even though we believe in you and we love you and we love your message, we're not going to attach ourselves to you because you caved in. You bowed down. You kneeled to the corporate Democrat, Hillary Clinton, for the sake of the party. You sold out the people for the party. And I love you, man. And I'm talking out of love. You sold out your revolution for the sake of the party. Which one was more important to you, the revolution or the party? The people or the party? And I always say people come before party because if it weren't for the people, you wouldn't even have your party because the party is made up of people. You sold us out. Well, I'm going to, me personally, you went out there and supported her when you could have supported a real progressive and Jill Stein. You and Jill Stein combined, she was gracious enough to open up her doors to allow you to run with her. She warned you about the kill switch, and they did it. They planned on killing you from the jump start as a candidate. And they pulled that kill switch. You should have went to Jill and said, Jill, you're right. Let's join forces. If you would have did that, we wouldn't have had Trump. Bernie supporters, if he would have did that, we wouldn't have had Trump. So you got to understand why we're progressives outside the base pissed off, while a lot of us left and will not be a part of that base. We'll support progressive agendas. We'll support progressives. But we still looking out of one eye at the next progressive because they may be like Bernie, willing to try to get us to support a corporate Democrat. We are not supporting corporate Democrats. You're going to support true group progressives. And we realize the only way we're going to get these people in office is we're going to have to come as a voting bloc to get these people in office. We got to take off our party hats. And just as Democrats, brand new Congress, 549, draft Bernie, whatever machine that's going on right now to get more progressives in office, you're not going to do it divided. You have to come together, and we have to come with a agreed upon platform because everybody got their own platform, and everybody going to tell everybody to support their platform. No, let's take the parts that we agree on and put that together and run it. And let's come together in agreement and support every candidate that run that platform. And let's put them in office as a voting bloc. We're not against you, just as Democrats. We're just telling you it can't be your way. It has to be the way of every progressive. We have to come together, take off our party hats, join one force, agree on our platforms, take the part of our platforms that we have individually and agree on them, and put that in an overall universal platform, and run candidates who will agree to that platform. And that is the only way we're going to be able to break this crooked system. Sheep herding to remove corporate Democrats out of office will only work if you gravitate toward outside the base of progressives. If you're going to do that inside with the progressive, it's not going to happen, because you're a midget compared to a giant. But when that midget comes, it's like Power Rangers, or it's like Voltron. When all those little individuals come together as one, you got this big giant. And that's what I'm saying that we need to do. I'm Bob TV. I got to get out of here. I love each and every one of you guys. Remember to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button right now. Wait, stop. Don't do nothing until you hit it. All right. You hit it? You sure? All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you pass around social media. This is a rally call. Right now, really focus on two things right now: uniting progressives around a popular agenda and running candidates on that. I'm about people taking off the party hats, and I am taking some time out to debunk this Russia crap and try to get people focused back on the real corporates of election fraud, the real corporates of undermining election. That's Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Hillary Clinton campaign staff, and Donald Brazil, Robbie Moot, Neera Tanden, and all them. So continue to stay tuned. I appreciate your support. I did open up a Patreon. I'm really in prayer about it, because I don't like to ask for money, because I don't. But my mom told me it's not asking for money. If people like you, they may want to support you. Give them that opportunity. So I opened up a Patreon account. I may put a link down in the future. But just to let you know, it's not all about that with me. I'm doing my part, taking 15 minutes out of my time to care about you guys in this world, because I love each and every one of you. And I want to see you prosper in advance, just like you want to see me prosper in advance. I'm Bob TV, Freedom on Fire, Hardcore Politics Edition. I love you. Talk to you. Peace. See you later.